The team we know and love, the Minnesota Twins, Rochester Red Wings, Major League affiliate, in the playoffs, playing the Yankees, team that really seems to have their number. Do you see a way through for Minnesota to get into the next round?
They're going to have to outslug teams if they're going to win any sort of games. The Yankees are going to be a hard team to outslug because if you look at their numbers, the Minnesota Twins set the home run record this year. The Yankees obliterated the previous record but finished behind the Twins, just one behind. But in the playoffs, that type of game just doesn't translate well. The teams that win the playoffs are teams that can pitch, and the Twins starting rotation is just a disaster right now. Jose Barrios is likely to start game one, but after that, Jake Odorizzi will probably make a start. But it's just the team hasn't proven it yet, and the Yankees are obviously a proven playoff team. And I think until the Twins can prove that they can beat the Yankees are going to have that psychological edge.
I don't know. We're living in new times, though, now. I mean, let's take, for example, what happened in the wild card game the other night. I mean, that game is essentially decided entirely by home runs that just keep happening over and over again. If the Yankees can go out and be successful, or the Twins, one of those two teams, if they can get to the point where they're facing Houston, right, I think that baseball general managers will now reconsider this idea that you have to have pitching in the fall because, listen, that ball jumps. Those fences keep getting shorter, and teams are winning games strictly on swinging a baseball bat. Why would you go out and spend the money that you have to spend on these arms and on the assets you have to spend at the deadline to get further in the playoffs if one of these two teams can pull it off? And I'm not entirely convinced that they can't do it.
Boy, just about everyone, though. I think it was a CBS panel of 10 sports writers picking through the playoffs, and you never see unanimity. They all picked Houston to go all the way.
Yeah, and because of their pitching. I mean, you look at Justin Verlander, Garrett Cole, one of those two is going to win the Cy Young, the other's going to finish second. Zach Greinke might be the best number 3 starter in baseball history. I mean, that's really incredible what they offer, and their lineup is no slouch either. They won the World Series a couple years ago behind their lineup. So, it's baseball, though. Rarely does the best team win the World Series, and that's baseball in a way is a lot like hockey in that you can have the best team, but if you're not playing well come playoff time, you could be bounced in the first round like Tampa was last year.
Well, plus you also have to consider, too, how long are you going to stick with one of your guys? I mean, you name those 3 pitchers and they're phenomenal pitchers, but let's say they come out flat like, Washington did the other night. How long? Scherzer comes out and looks like a tire fire. All it takes is 4 or 5 hot bats in the first 2 innings to run one of these guys that you're relying on to win playoff games completely out of the game. And now we're sitting even again going into the 4th, 5th inning, right?
And a best-of-5 series, that's a big impact because you go to your bullpen early. Now your bullpen is behind the 8 ball for the next couple of games. That's a big impact on these series.
Well, and getting back to Minnesota, the fact that it's 3 out of 5 plays a little bit to their advantage, right?
Definitely. I would say definitely. And if they were matched up with Houston, I don't know if I would like their chances in a best-of-5. But again, if a batter can get hot and carry a team, a 5-game series, it could be over in 3 games.
What has to happen for them? Because I look at it and it says I have a tough time making Minnesota's case because I saw so many of these guys pitch in Rochester this year.
Yeah, I think what people don't know about the Twins right now is the names are not there in their bullpen, the back end of their bullpen. Taylor Rogers, Tyler Duffy, Sergio Romo's a name, but not many people know about Taylor Rogers and Tyler Duffy until this year. Duffy was on the Red Wings opening day roster this year with us, and he has pitched extremely well. Trevor May's in that discussion, and they've been one of the best bullpens the second half of the season. And again, it's not the names, it's how well are you playing right now. And the Twins really don't get that credit because they haven't proven it in the postseason.
It's like I always say, you have a Duffy on your team, you're going to be successful.